First of all, let's take a look at the brushes we'll be using. Here you can see I've got my sets of filberts and flats. I do supply these at £20 a set if anybody's interested. That's 9 brushes, 6 either of the flats, 6 either of the filberts, and then also 3 rounds from small to medium, which gives you a full set of brushes enabling you to do almost anything from portrait, landscape, the lot. If you want to do more impressionist work, more solid blocks of work, then the flats are better. If you're doing more traditional landscapes or more traditional portraits, then I usually find that the filberts are better because of the slightly rounded edges. Personally, I prefer to use long handled, especially on bigger canvases, because I can stand back and see what I'm doing. I only use short handled when I'm working on the table or on watercolours. And here's my travel case. You can see I've got the sponge roller here, a painting knife, a larger brush. I use 2–2.5 inches, often much larger still. You can see some above here. And then both my filberts and flats together there with the selection of rounds as I've just been mentioning. Again, that set will do for almost everything, both in oils and acrylics, although I do keep separate sets for acrylics and oils. A jar of water, a mixing tray, and I've got this lovely big sandwich box which I advise for using as a stay-away palette. A box as big as this, nice and deep so the paints don't touch. 2 layers of paper towel, 1 layer of greaseproof paper on top, or tracing paper. Wet that, and that will stay wet for months. I've had them stay as damp and soft as long as 6 months when I've been from England to France or gone back again. Still found my paints wet. So you just occasionally wet into the corners with the water, and that will keep the whole thing primed. And with the lid on, they'll last almost forever. And once you take the lid off, of course, they'll start drying. You can see my range of colours here, and I'll show you them now. Other tools that I keep, I even keep big things like trowels and larger knives and painting knives, all sorts of tools for painting with if I'm doing larger works. Well, now I'm going to move on to this big 36x36 canvas. I like working on this sort of size for a smaller study, loosened up. And I want to do a rather fun scene of a little estuary down here on the Humber side. It's a bit dour that day, it's a winter day. We've posterised the scene, played with it on the computer, added a further bit of sky to it, made it larger to fill the composition, and I really want to play with brushes, textures, maybe a bit of sponge work to find the mood and atmosphere of this day down on the riverside. But on a work as big as this, I want to draw it out first, so I shall do some scaling on that, and I will scale the actual canvas up into 1/4 and even down to 1/8 and so on if I need to. Just basically, and I'll do the same with the photograph. 3 approximately, there we are, look, in between there and there. Then that's where that line of the grass is going to come here. And I can just work it up that way. This bit of cloud here, coming in there, all the way across. Where does it come? This way round. Okay, we've got these trees coming in over here. They come across, and the angle of them then comes down to here. The end of that boat is just on halfway here. If I'm doing a light construction line up here, very, very light, I'm going to paint over it anyway. The height of it, if I come across, is just below this line here. So if I come across from here, then the end of that boat should be about there. Then we've got this grey bit that comes over, and we're there. Look, we've got the boat coming up to here. We know the height is that. Again, about halfway there, the line of the, just above the line of the top of the deck here, comes across. We've got 1, 2, 3. Divide that into thirds. That gives us the windows across to there, right across to there, and then we can just bring that across, and you get the idea how we can build the whole thing up that way. Just get these when I'm just putting those shapes in. So it's a nice composition. And what I do notice, you know about the golden rule, the 1/3. A lot of this composition, a lot of these major points are all working into the thirds. This one comes on the half here, but most of these are all in thirds in the sections of this, which is quite interesting because I've worked this out as one of the pictures pleasing to my eye, and I haven't moved things around much, although I've changed the sky. Okay, well, let's make a start then with the sponge roller. Right, we're making a start on this one, and I'm going to work from the sky. After 2 downwards, yellow, ochre and white for the sky at first. We'll mix one colour over another as we go on. One lemon yellowy. Need to cover up the pencil marks underneath and build these layers up a bit, just to get me started off. I worked from my light colours to at the moment towards my mid-tones, and I'm going to come back to the lights again later, but to the mid-tones and then down to the darks gradually. Let's just start to mix with my lighter colours now. I'll take some magenta into that same colour, a little bit of mauve. And push the colours. Now, when I'm mixing colours, let me show you how I do that. I mix the colour up with my nice big brush, and then roll the roller through the brush to use up the paint in the brush. Push the paint out of the brush, don't waste it. And back onto the painting, and we start to look at how the colours come one across another here. Lovely. You can sort of mist it across slightly. And I'm going to do this quite a bit with these colours. A bit harder down below it. You can just blend in a little bit there. Feeling around these edges. It'll need plenty. It uses quite a lot of paint just starting off like this. If I can reach up there, trying to keep the canvas so you can see all the time, it's not always easy. These lovely warm greys I'm going to make as I go on. That comes right through into here. It's lovely working with the roller. I like working with brushes like I'm doing always, but well, it does give you quite a bit of freedom to make very expressive marks, as well as the brush does. Like that, you see. As I want this abstraction going on, this feeling of abstract colours happening here, to establish the purple colour there a little bit in the reds, so I know where I'm going. Try and get this gradual blending of the colours as they come down through into here. And smudge them and blend them and do all sorts to get the effects I want. So I've got to be blending colours through in a moment. Then come back across with the blues in just a minute. Keep working this with the sponge roller, and I'll come on with brush and heavier work, I suspect, with it comes out through here. There, we're going to have a turquoise and deeper greens here going through there in a moment. So I want to play the abstract quality of this and then pull it together with the figurative quality. Lovely colours first, these bands of colour, and then we'll come back to picking up the other colours. Paint's not that thick, so I've got to be careful. I have to go back. I don't want bits of canvas showing through. I hate that. Through even the boat and the reflections of the boat will start to get that in with the roller. I'll add more on with the brush later. Okay, and next colours. Yes, we need a bit more pink into it, a bit more white. Linking one colour to another. I'm just about ready to put some of these lovely greens on now. Right, now let's start working some of these gorgeous turquoise greens over and see what we can do with those. I've got to reach right up here again. I'll probably have to come in again and blend them a bit and do various things to this, but let's just get them established first of all. So you come gently round into here. You can see how lightly I can go over these colours to get the feeling of glazing and kind of just breaking through here. Work that through here to get rid of the, got the deeper greens to go in yet before it comes around to the turquoise blue more, which I haven't got yet. But blues and warmer blues going on back there as well, which is quite fun. I'm dragging those down there. I'm going to do the same here. Well, I need to start working with brushes soon, but I don't think I'm going to do a lot more with this yet. I'm not happy what we've got yet here. Roll her out because this one's just starting to disintegrate with it being moved and worked so much. It's lovely soft, but it's just quite going to be man enough for the job, I don't think. Put these trees down through here. Well, I want to be working in some more greens into this.